Hey everybody, it's Lebo with Lebo's Pinball, and we've been working on a lot of projects lately, and one thing that I haven't spent a lot of time on just yet is Junkyard. We've done a few things, just playing a little bit with some of the lighting, but for the most part this is the way that the game came to us. So we've got some other ideas of stuff that we want to do to kind of enhance it and just sort of upgrade it a little bit. But one thing we're going to go ahead and do, well, let me go ahead and just kind of jump over here.
Well, let's see what we've got here.
All right, we're going to put in a color DMD. So the original one that's on here is actually running just fine. Actually, I'm looking to maybe sell this one. Anybody that wants a monochrome original one, they're going to end up with one that's nice. There's no problems with this one, but we want to go ahead and put in a color one and kind of set it off. So I'm going to take you through what's involved with getting this thing installed. Not only just mounting it up, but just hooking up the cables to it. Then we got to install some code that's unique to the Junkyard game, and then we'll take you through the whole process. So hang tight, here we go. All right, of course we've got the power turned off the game, because of course you got to have the power off before you start digging into it. But we got to open up the back box. So we're going to take the this whole little the translite, this whole little back box light panel. We need to take this completely out. So this is a WPC 95 game, and the way these come out, best way to do is just open it up like this, and there's two connectors here, and we can now just completely lift this up, set it aside, get it out of the way. All right, so next thing we need to do is open up this panel and lay it down and figure out what we need to disconnect from here. There we go, got where it kind of holds itself in place. Kind of. We're going to disconnect this power cable that comes into the DMD. Here's the data cable that comes into the DMD. And go ahead and disconnect this first screw over here, which is, it's got a ground cable for the whole DMD. We'll set the screw to the side and just kind of leave that cable dangling there from now. The other thing, this power cable, I like to take it totally out of the game because it's not needed anymore. This is what's delivering the higher voltage from this board up here for the original plasma style or whatever DMDs, but you don't need that for an LED. So just to kind of clean things up, I like to completely take it out. It's this J604, and I'm going to fish this out. Again, it's just, this is kind of optional. I mean, you can leave it in there, but I don't see a point in it because it's just kind of cluttering things up, and I don't intend to ever put the original back in, so just get this out of here. Next, we're going to take out the rest of the screws that are holding the DMD in place. There's 4 in total. Get the first one that was out, then I did the second one just a second ago. Got 2 more to go. Really, it's very straightforward. There is this little insulation panel here that's on the back side. I don't use those whenever I swap these out, so don't really need that. We'll just set this aside. And now we will grab the new one and put it in place. Now there is a little label right over here. This is the back side of it. It says top pointing up. So let's go ahead and get this in position and get the screws in. All right, I almost got all the screws in. We got this last one here, and I'm being sure to use the ground cable, the original one that was already located here. It comes with an optional cable, which I have used on the WPC 89 games, but I don't think I'm going to need it for this one because I've got this one already here. So I've got my data cable. I can go ahead and hook that up. Let's see, there's one little notch here, and if you line that notch up with the notch that's here, it's not really an interference type of fit. You would think the notch would be the other way around where it fits in like a key, but that's kind of your alignment feature, so you can line that in. And okay, now we need to, there's one other cable we got to hook into, so let's go grab that and put that in. All right, so this last cable we got to hook into, this is actually providing the main power to the DMD. You mentioned earlier we took the one cable out that went up and provided the, the higher voltage power. We don't need that for this, so instead it comes with this other cable, which it's one end of it has got these two connectors, the other end has just got a single connector, and it's keyed. We're going to take this first one and, watching for the key here, we'll locate it here right on the DMD board. Go ahead and plug that in. The other end, on this WPC 95 game, we're going to look for J138, which happens to be right here. It's actually got a BB, it probably stands for back box. And there's a connector that's already there. So what we're going to do is disconnect that connector. We're going to take this little Z plug, or whatever we call it, and this is basically just allowing us to kind of tap into that connection and still supply this connector to the board. But it will give us also a way to kind of tap off and supply power here to the DMD. So again, this is keyed. We're gonna get that all in place. And now, again, watching for the key, let's get this plugged in and do it correctly. All right. Okay, there we go. We got all the connectors in place. So now what we're gonna do is put this DMD back in, and we'll go ahead and just, actually I think we can leave the back box, the light panel, just disconnected for now. We're going to turn on the game, and what we expect it'll happen is we will see the DMD work, but it's just going to be monochrome, and monochrome, just one color, will be all white. It won't have any of the color added to it yet because it doesn't know the code unique to this game. But let's go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. All right, we can already see where it's just all white, no color to it, just that, like we were expecting. So next step what we're gonna do is we're gonna go download the code onto a USB thumb drive, and then we can take it down here to the game, and then I'll show you what's involved to actually upload it. It's really straightforward. Okay, using a thumb drive and a computer, you're gonna go to the Color DMD website, .com website, and go to the support menu that's on their site. Then from there, you're going to see where it's got an area where you can download code for multiple different games, everything that they support. So go down and find the game that you've got, in this case Junkyard, and then you're going to, when you hit the code on it, it's actually going to just download that to like the downloads folder on your computer. Once you install a USB drive, you're going to then take this chroma.rom file and just copy it over to the root directory of your thumb drive. So, all right, now back at the game. I've got it powered up right now, but I'm going to go ahead and lay this panel down to where I can get to the back side of it. And there's a USB port here. We're going to go ahead and plug this in. And there's some status lights here. Program initialization, looks like done, and then a status. So let's plug this in. And then I believe what we need to do is this far left button that says USB, I'm going to press and hold that. Okay, so the program and initial lights are lit up, and I believe what will happen is this thing needs to run for half a minute or so. It takes a little while for it to actually transfer the code. Sometimes it's kind of thrown me for a loop, thinking, hey, is there something wrong? But we're going to let this go through, and then we're going to watch for the change of the LEDs. It should show us that it's done here in a minute. Okay, so now the program light has gone out. Let's keep watching this. Oh, now it's blinking the program again, and now it's done is lit. Let's take a look and see. Well, I can do this without messing it up. There we go. And look, there we go. We got color already. That's pretty much the process. We're going to take the USB drive back out. Go ahead and just sneak it out because don't have the light box back in. We're going to go ahead and put the light box back in, and then we will be done. And there we have it. We have got the DMD all installed, and it looks fantastic on this game. This is the LED version. I didn't go with the LCD. I'm kind of partial to the LED versions. I just tend to like the way that they look on most of the games. That said, there's been some other LCD versions that I thought looked good on certain titles, but for this one, I think it's perfect. So, hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.